So this is the new Q&A video. Q&A video time. The demographics for who watches my content as well as how many people watch my content have changed a lot. I figured this might be a good way to get to know or get reacquainted with your friendly neighborhood KP.
Friend?
As a disclaimer, I'm not going to read all the questions people ask me, but I'll answer most of them.
Answers.
And hopefully you can learn some I Love Kim Possible-Lot trivia in case you're going to your local I Love Kim Possible-Lot trivia bar a lot. If you're relatively new or you don't know the answer to these questions and answer people being awkward on the internet. I'm a chocolate person. I like chocolate, milk chocolate. I like Hershey's. So I guess chocolate if we're choosing the basic 3 flavors. If you're going to get more complicated than that, then I also like birthday cake ice cream. And little blue thing that's in the birthday cake ice cream, you know, the sugar on the sugar, it's very good. It's not been a great couple of months. The channel got hacked twice. My mental health has declined a lot because of it. Hopefully things are going back to normal. So yeah, not great, honestly. And just as a heads up, I got a lot of pony questions, but I'm only gonna answer like 2 of them.
That's two times the fun!
So, because I'm here for Discord, and there's not really a lot of Discord going on in Generation 5, for the most part. Yeah, so I'm an animator, we have animators on the team, and we try to actually frame by frame animate when we can. It just, for those who don't know how that works, it just takes a lot of time, so we just try to use it sparingly, but all the outros have lip-synced animation of me telling you to subscribe, so you better do it. You better subscribe.
Do it!
Yeah, that's a good question, Calvin. I've wanted to make, I don't really talk about this a lot, but since you did ask, my dream is to make a Disney show with an idea that I've had in my head since forever, but I haven't gotten the chance to even get close to that opportunity yet. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be the showrunner for that show and then see how I feel after that. So if you know anyone at Disney, hit me up. It's your girl, KP. I don't really watch a lot of anime, honestly. Not that I'm opposed to it, it's just not something I'm used to watching and consuming with my eyeballs. I watch Death Note, which is really cool, and I guess if the Miyazaki movies count, I love all the Miyazaki movies. They're great and beautiful, and Chef Kiss. Go watch some Miyazaki, it's good shit, y'all. I'm not really much of a reader, you know, visual, like, have you seen the channel? Visual Medium? I know this doesn't count, but I like true crime podcasts.
Murder is great.
You know, it's something I could never do professionally, but true crime is just really interesting to me. I really like Ask a Mortician, Caitlin Dotley. She's published 3 books so far, and I've read all of them. The most recent one she did, Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs, I have an autographed copy of, so that's probably the last book I've read. But I'm traditionally not one that likes reading unless it's a really specific kind of book. I like to consume my media visually if I can help it. I don't know, I've always said classically Jon Stewart. I love Jon Stewart. He is the best.
He's the best.
Hope to meet him one day, you know, hopefully before I die. You know, obviously I consume a whole lot of media, but, you know, that's the singular actual person that I can think of. So, Jon Stewart, who... favorite Shigo moment. Honestly, all of Shigo being a tsundere.
Fucking weeb shit.
During graduation, it's the best. And I hope to see more of their canon relationship. Call me Disney. I'm just gonna answer one. I like Zootopia. It's neat. It didn't gel with me personally beyond just...
I just think they're neat.
But, you know, I like the message. But it's a good movie. Zootopia is a good movie. Not the best movie, but it's a good movie if you're on a flight or something. I've mentioned this before, but just for the sake of people knowing it, Kim is my favorite character aesthetically. You know, she is one of my many metaphorical fictional spirit animals, if that's what you want to call it. But Draken is my favorite character of just like seeing his interactions because he is like hilarious. Honestly, that's been a suggestion a lot more than I would like, but I like my dumb stupid username. I feel like it's fangirly and it's fun and people remember it, for sure. Sometimes people get the wrong idea though about it, like they don't understand the high quality content this channel produces. They just think I'm a 14-year-old with 13 subscribers. But so that's why you gotta show numbers, but I like it. I don't think I'm gonna change it anytime soon. Would you fight an onion ring?
Onion ring attack!
Favorite horror movie? I don't really like horror. I never really liked horror. I could probably make a horror movie, but I don't like watching them. And post-PTSD, that's even worse. So yeah, I don't really like horror unless it's like video gamey, uncanny valley horror where I could separate it from my brain. Like Until Dawn, where you see like creepy stuff, like that's my jam because I can separate that it's fake because it's animated. When it's animated, I have an easier time consuming it. I've actually wanted to make a video about this, analyzing all of Kim Possible Media, making a canon timeline, but that's a lot of work right now, so maybe later. I will say that Tick 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 is the first canonically in order episode that introduces Jack and Chico, and in Bueno Nacho, they're already introduced. There's also subtle things in season 1 that kind of lets you put a timeline together, but I'd have to rewatch it, and yeah, I'm just not up for that level of video work right now. Thanks for playing. If you had a power to reboot any other show, I guess obviously Kim Possible.
I feel like I should have seen that coming.
But I have a very specific vision for the future of Kim Possible, so I'd like to, not directly, but like be involved with that in some official capacity. It's a little off topic, but anything that you should make new media for is like cliffhangy storylines. Clone High would be on that list, but Clone High is kind of already taken care of, yeah. Thanks, internet gods. But I'm not really for reboots, I'm more into continuations of different things if they're done right, and I talk a lot. I talk sometimes a lot about finding natural beats and story structures, so you can have those natural stories come and explore different aspects of character and not just push something out for the money. Also, fix Sly Cooper. Oh no, you caught me.
You got me.
Ron's actually like my least favorite of the main 4, Chico, Draken, Kim, Ron. He's kind of annoying sometimes and doesn't really have a lot of character growth, unless it's in So the Drama. So, he's a good boy. I appreciate what he does. Is he for me though? I'm pretty picky about my collabs, and realistically I try to do collabs with people with similar subscriber bases, unless there's a really good exception, because collabs are a lot of work and I just want to make sure people are dependable, and that's one way to make sure they're dependable because they have a record of being dependable. So
Don't worry, he's very dependable.
that is the short answer. This is just random, but I really like Alfred Molina. He's Doc Ock and he's a voice actor, you know, and he seems like he's generally a good sport. Would like to meet him at a con one day. He seems cool. All of them, but you know, if the live action movie helps bring notoriety to the original, I'm for it. So make your Treasure Planet, make your Atlantis live action movie. Do it. It will actually do some good. Choosing the easy movies is easy, so you know, we'll just kind of see what happens. But obviously Kim Possible falls into that category. That did not work out well. I'm trying to slowly transition to a full-time thing. To keep it short, I got screwed over pretty bad in my career endeavors, so I might need to rely on YouTube a little bit more than I thought going forward until, you know, other stuff materializes. So keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. And then I do commissions too. No one got a commission the last time I picked this, so please consider getting commission. So I was one of the people that recently got into Bluey. Bluey's cool. I didn't understand the hype, but it's interesting to see children characterized as actual children. It's very has a very real world element to it that I don't think any other media has captured quite the same. So it blew me away once I actually sat down and watched it. But you know, Bluey's cool. I have an above average understanding of Star Wars. I know Star Wars decently well, but I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm not gonna go to the Star Wars conventions if they're not convenient, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I like Star Wars.
That's what I like to hear.
It's interesting to see how time has changed the understanding of the prequels. Like I said, I don't really read much. I've heard the Enchanted Library is really good, but I'm also friends with the author, so I feel like that's kind of cheating a little bit. I'm thinking about reading it, but I also want a physical copy, but I don't want to have to buy the very expensive physical copy, so I was just gonna like ask her at some point to borrow her physical copy so I can read it, because I think I'd really like it if I just sit down and fucking read it.
Just do it!
But that's a pony fan fiction. And then, you know, I don't really read much fan fiction in general. I don't know, I have these thoughts about analyzing media already, so I don't know, it's just a really nice creative outlet to be able to talk about them and make videos this way. So I'd say that's my biggest thing, and obviously I'm an animator. I consider myself an animator. I have animated before, so, you know, love animation. Everyone should. If not, then you're on the wrong channel. I feel like I've already answered this, but animation, you can technically have more control of the composition, and it ends up being more powerful because of that. But some people aren't ready for true facts like that yet. My favorite Pokemon, I like Charmander because he's a cute boy, and I like Dragonite, and I like Mewtwo because Mewtwo is the OG, the classic OG. Get me a Charmander plushie, I'll be your best friend. I really like Hey Arnold. It was really ahead of its time, and we need to talk about it more. My favorite movies are a 5-way tie between Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Prince of Egypt, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Treasure Planet. And I like Kim Possible, but that's not a movie. I mean, like, not a feature movie, you know. I kept up with Owl House throughout its run a little bit, but I wasn't like a hardcore fan. Made a couple of videos about it, if you remember. How do I avoid stress? Because of the trauma TM, I have to do a lot of different things. I like aromatherapy, I like yoga, I like writing, obviously, and making content. I like drawing. I like stuff. But it just depends on what works for you. Go to therapy. Talk to a therapist, yo. I like Dementor. Dementor's fun. I like Motor Ed. Monkey Fist always annoyed me. And Duff Killigan is always super fun. Even though he only got his own standalone episode once. I like Richard Kind villain.
Kim Possible, we meet at last! Oh, this is so cool.
I basically consider myself an ally. I'm from a very artistic background, so I feel like people should just be happy doing whatever makes them happy. So it's not much more complicated than that, guys. Also, I think it's a little funny that I have a little bit of a lesbian following now. Thanks, lesbians. And that's it. We finished the Q&A. I skipped around a little bit because I didn't have good answers to some of those questions, but I still hope you enjoyed this Get to Know Me project. If you enjoyed these and think I should do this every once in a while, let me know. If you didn't, let me know too. Comment all the things. And again, make sure you're subscribed because we're post-Hack 2 now and it's not looking good.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please remember to leave a comment and share this video with a friend or 2 or 5. Click here to subscribe, we really appreciate it. Click here to check out the main collaborator for the video. Click here to check out our video playlist for this video, where you'll find similar videos that you might dislike, hopefully. There's also a credit scroll here to check out all the other awesome contributors. All their info is in the description. That's all I gotta say, KP away!